She was lost in her world, but when the person behind her spoke up, she froze. She heard that voice after year, and it shook her to the core, sending a shiver down her spine. You shouldn't open the door before seeing who was at the door. I think we will start the lecture with that. She turned around to look at him, who was looking at her with the most intimidating look, and his dark eyes fixed on her as he looked at her with his signature look. She doesn't know how to breathe as her heart launched into her throat and she whispered his name while still gaping at him in shock. Taehyung. She sat on the living room couch as she played with the baby girl hand who was sleeping without any care in the world. You are so cute and sweet, baby. I love you. She kissed the baby face as she was lost in the baby girl and her thought that she didn't notice someone coming there. The person clicked her picture with the baby as they looked so beautiful. Ryan looked upward when she heard her name. Oh, Ryan, you both look so cute together. You only, I am not cute. I and baby Arya, not cute. We are beautiful. She rolled her eyes as she looked at Minjin, who was still busy clicking picture of them together. But what is wrong with the word cute? You guys look adorable. One shocked her head as she again graced Arya hand, who was smiling in her sleeping, making her smile too. Well, I feel weird when people call me cute. It means I am chubby or stupid. I prefer beautiful and confident. Minjin chuckled at her word as she sat beside the dew and shook her head. Well, you are anything but stupid. You are strong, brave, beautiful, and most of all of you are kind. Beauty just depends on age, and with age it vanishes, but only kindness and generosity and love make us beautiful because these last forever, she said. Wine smiled at her only, who looked at her with so much adoration that Wine felt bad for ignoring this warmth and affecting from a long time. Last week Wine was living alone in that wooden cabin when she was surprised to her core as she saw the one person, the last person she expected to see there. Taehyung glared at her as he moved inside the house, but Wine was rooted in her place. Yes, Angel, I heard you are being stubborn. She narrowed her eyes as she came out of her trace as his word. She shook her head and moved back, making him stop at his place. What are you doing here? I can ask you the same question, Ryan. What are you doing here? I asked the question first, and it's none of your business. I am not bonded to answer you, Mr. Kim Taehyung. She rolled her eyes, and he raised his eyebrow at her attitude while his lips lifted at her confidence. But he knew he had to be calm to handle this matter carefully. Otherwise, this new version of his angel was shocking for him. Your life is danger and it's my business because you are family, my family, and I protect my family. Oh yeah. Then where are you for the past 2 years? For 2 years you are gone and we moved on, so go back and let us leave. our lives. We don't need you. I don't need a knight in shining armor. The door is behind you. Please close it when you leave. She turned around to go to her room, but he catch her in two long steps and cage her in his arm as Wine glared at him. I know you moved on. I am not here to be the knight in shining armor. I am here because even if we fight or argue, we are family. Your father gives your responsibility to me, Wine. You are my responsibility now, even when you are accepted or not. She pushed him away as she looked at him with blazing eyes and a red face, but still find her adorable. Well, newsflash, Mr. Leader, I am not your responsibility. I am my own person. I can live my own. So please go back to your hiding. We can do this the hard way or the easy way, Wine. You are coming with me either way. You living here alone and Min auntie been alone in the hospital as it's not safe for you. I won't allow it. She placed her hand on his chest with her finger as she glared at him. Then it's your problem, Mr. Kim. I am not going to the house where my father died and where my sister's memories are still fresh. So go to hell, because I am not going. He nodded his head as he looked around and turned to look at her in the eyes. Very well, the hard way it is. Mr. Kim had to use force. No, he didn't hit her or anything, but when she staring at ignore him as she moved away, he threw her on his shoulder and dragged her to the Kim family because she was kicking and screaming. Leave me, put me down, I am not going anywhere with you, put me down. No, can do, Angel. You are being stubborn and I don't like stubborn. Put me down, you caveman. Nope. She hit his back as she screamed and fawned at the laughing Jimmy, who leaned against the doorway as he enjoyed the encounter. She glared at him because he went inside to get her stuff and to lock the house as Taehyung kept walking with her, who was threatening, I will kill you both. Jimin, stop this crazy man and help me. I can't whiny what boss want. The boss do. Sorry, buddy. Jimin put his hand up as it surrendered as Wine glared at him and Taehyung chuckled at her cuteness. I hate you both. No, you don't, and you know it. As he answered her, she stopped the struggle and let him walk because she knew he will not stop without getting what he wanted. Everyone was very happy with Wine and Mrs. Kim. Min returned to the family house. Mrs. Kim, Minjin, Shuo-hun, Mr. Min, Jimin, even baby Arya was very happy. One still remembered the last encounter because after that she avoided him and gave him a silent treatment. Even Jimin was getting her famous silent treatment, but she forgave him for his special coffee. Wine came out of her trace when she heard Sue's voice and turned toward the main door to see. He came back with the three buddy, Taehyung, Jimin and Hoon. Wine rolled her eyes at them because they are discussing the football match. Typical man. He delivered the perfect spell, but still we lose. I am so angry. Angel, he saw Wine and ran toward her, who smiled at him and picked him up while all the men looked toward the ladies. Taehyung formed at the boy who was his nephew, but he was giving fine competition to his uncle for this certain girl attention. Jimmy Nugent was confused at first, but then green when they both saw Taehyung form and bowed. They rolled their eyes because the big bad mafia man was a soft teddy bear for this girl. Something is burning, Hun. Yeah, and I think he got competition from my 5-year-old. They both chuckled but shut up as Taehyung glared at them and moved toward the couch to caress Arya cheek. Shut up, idiot. Wine kept playing with Sue, and as she ignored Taehyung, who stood behind the sofa, they are sitting and looking at his sleepy nicey. How are you, brother? Good. She closed her mouth as she tried to stop her laugh because even when he was talking with her, he was eyeing Ryan and so. The doorbell rang and Jimin told them that he will see it. Hun signaled his wife to come and leave the couple alone. Minjin, please make me something to eat. These two can look at the kid for a moment. Minjin was going to deny, but her husband made some weird eyes movement and Minjin's mouth made oh as she stood up quickly. Yeah, right, Sue must be hungry and I will come. Wine rolled her eyes at the couple being so obvious while Taehyung chuckled silently at his dramatic family. He looked at Arya who was sleeping and then at Sue who was telling Wine about the game. He cleared his throat and speak up just to be ignored. How are you? No answer. Can you please talk? No answer again. Angel, please. Still no answer from Ryan, but Sue looked at his uncle with a glare and Taehyung returned the look. Don't call her that. And why so, buddy? Because she is my angel, only so angel. Wine try hard to stop her smile as the uncle and nephew fight for her. Taehyung was going to say something else, but Jimin came back with the box. Excuse me, I gave her that name only. I can. Taehyung. He shook his head at Jimin as he looked at his nephew with a heated look, but that little man was returning the favor. Not now, Jimin. The little fella needs some lesson about copyright infringement disclaimer. Jimin shook his head as he looked at the grown-up kid who was arguing with 5-year-old. Taehyung, you can calm your right and copyright infringement later. You need to see something. It's important. The seriousness in his tone shocked both Wine and him. Taehyung signed in defense as he nodded his head but turned to go, but not before warning his nephew. Fine, but this is not over, buddy. We will have a man-to-man talk later. With a kiss to Arya palm as he leaned down and his arm brushed with Wine, who shivered at the contact but stayed still. Sue hugged Wine's neck as he glared at the repeating figure of his uncle who was walking with Jimin.